starting to spectate into the game. We're viewing from our challenger, playing the red and blue
control deck.
Control deck. And Slacks has got that green and black econ ramp.
Yeah, and he's off to a great start. Phantom Assassin already finding a contract kill right here.
Luna going down. Luna does have that Lucent Beam, so right now it's at 1 charge. That again goes to her Eclipse. But unfortunately, she's not going to be able to get some more Lucent Beams until 2 turns later.
Sure.
So Lycan, the only card that our challenger can play right now is New Orders, but that doesn't kill Lycan. So
probably a bad idea to
a bad idea to do that.
You want to keep clearing the creeps in front of you.
Yes.
If you can't get a guarantee kill. Speaking of guarantee kill, a Bristleback turn 1.
Bristle loves Ricks for dinner. That is like the easiest hero to just keep on munching.
Yeah.
And if you have rapid deployment and you have to place Ricks again next round,
come on back.
You don't exactly. You don't want to go where that Bristle is.
Yeah.
So.
In fact, does anybody want to go where that Bristle is right now?
Nope.
Yep.
Especially as when you have all these blue heroes, they're going to be squishy little targets for that Bristle there.
Okay.
Bristle's happy to take that with that.
Whoa, no. Ricks, just like Stir Action Slacks, never back away from a fight.
There are 2 creeps coming into this lane.
Okay,
so
let's see if the RNG, it's 1 out of 3 here.
1 out of 3. Those creeps are going to expand the challengers, or sorry, Slacks' side of the board. So
sure.
Slacks is gonna take it. We'll see where that lands. And meanwhile, Slacks also puts Debe into the first lane.
Oh, it's not looking good for that Zeus. Zeus has a 2 out of 3 of straight up dying, and he meets up with Debbie.
Debbie gonna sharpen that knife to kill that Zeus there, and PA right now has a free shot to the tower.
Okay. So not much for the Zeus to do. I mean, you could cast Foresight to draw some cards.
Yep.
Ventriloquy, a little bit too late to the party.
That does kill off that creep in front of the creep next to him, but
yep.
So that opens up for more damage for our challenger. Slacks is just going to put down the gold mine and start seeing that tick 3 gold at the end of every combat phase.
I gotta say right now, he's got Payday in hand.
He has Payday.
But both his black heroes on the first lane, so that's just unfortunate for him.
Yeah. He does have these great cards that he can start using to ramp up. He can play Selim in his favor, or that sweet Mist of Avernus in that last lane.
Miss on that last lane with 4 units.
Yeah, unfortunately these 2 are going to die regardless, but still. Oh, okay. He's going to put the Mist of Avernus into the first lane.
Interesting.
That is an interesting play.
Our challenger could have actually New Order to kill the Lycan, but he's favoring the 6 damage to the face. There's argument for either side, which one that was better, but
this is a great place to drop another New Orders.
Yes.
Ricks thinks he's safe. Not at all.
Speaking of New Orders.
Oh, our challengers.
Okay, another chance to New Order and kill the Ricks.
New Orders. Orders that are new,
yeah, that
can make Bristle hit the Ricks. And
so
then...
Yeah, there we go. New Order's a kind of difficult card to play. Not in terms of like strategy, but like actual clicking. Because there's like a couple of steps you have to go through.
First have to choose the red hero that you wanted to go on, and then the target.
But our challenger figured it out. We are now in the shopping phase. Phase boots is, I think, one of the better items to buy, especially for heroes like Shaker and Luna. You want to keep them out of harm's way. And what a better way to do so by, swapping them around.
Yep. It's also great on Bristle too. Slacks is still going for that last lane. It's like, great. Now there's a creep in front of Bristle. I'm not scared, but, changes his mind, moving Ricks around the board, seeing what feels good.
Slacks very tempted to put more heroes on the first lane to take advantage of that Mist of Avernus.
He's already committed a Chen there, and there's a creep going there as well.
Okay. Whereas the challenger also going through the deployment phase. Shaker looks like going in middle for now, and Luna to the left. I think this is exactly how I would have done it as well. Luna now has a 25% chance.
Come on, Debbie.
Shoot down Debbie. Let's see it. Let's see the beam.
Kapow, come on.
Beam's gonna come out.
Mayday. Yes!
The sniper!
The sniper!
Oh my goodness.
The gods have spoken, and Slacks is just devastated at the loss of Debbie.
I mean, I would be devastated too. That's just actually rough.
And because of that, one creep also gets to survive, and the payday comes out from Slacks.
All right. That's still a big payday.
That's still a big payday.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that was not his only black hero in that lane. So he now has 34 gold and a very scary looking Revtel if that comes out this turn.
Yeah, and Revtel can come out this turn, and looks like it will come out this turn. By the way, very good time to cast, I think, Tower Barrage, or do you think you will save it for a little bit longer?
2 damage to each enemy. That would kill off this untested grunt, which gets annoying. It kills off a creep for free. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to use it.
Okay. Or you could use Ventriloquy to save yourself 7 face damage. There's a couple of ways to play this.
Yep, you can also use the phase boots that our challenger just equipped onto Luna to swap in and kill that untested grunt. But let's see what our challenger wants to do here. Oh, something worth mentioning. This is called a pulse.
Okay.
So here's stuff you can read. But the gist of it is that there are actions that have to resolve each time there's a proc. So in this instance of the there's that Revtel, 19 attack. Good Lord have mercy, that is a huge Revtel.
Yeah.
Only gonna get bigger if there's a payday.
Not much for our challenger to do. Fighting Instinct could give a little bit more oomph to Keith. Or you could start using some Ventriloquy or New Orders to start sniping that Lycan. But this is looking like a pretty rough laning situation for our challenger.
Yep, there's unfortunately not too many creeps in the red and blue deck, so there's nothing that our challenger can currently block that Revtel with right now.
Okay, it's going to be a New Order to take down the Lycan.
Yep. Good call, and you can also take out the bonus attack that is being applied as well for the next turn.
Sure.
I need to protect myself.
Puts that leather armor onto Earthshaker for 1 extra.
Now the downside to using New Order to snipe heroes is that you still have that creep in front of you.
Yep.
So if you look at this middle lane and the last lane, even though there are no heroes around, he's not really doing much. He's not applying any pressure, at least not right now.
Slax's favorite card getting used here onto the Bristleback. Fighting Instincts for 5 mana, 1 armor, and 1 attack.
Yep.
But not going to make any difference for now.
Yep.
It was just a creep that took all that attack.
Now we are approaching mana 6, and both these decks get some very powerful effects. Coup de grace, or coup de grace, as it's a correct pronunciation, in Slax's hand most likely will 100% take out that Luna. Because if he doesn't, then Luna technically can have access into the Eclipse.
Yep. Our challenger does have some pretty good cards to deal with AoE and heroes at low health, so he has that in hand and can consider casting it. Right now, it would take out 2 heroes, so Thunder God's Wrath is something to consider. However, Slax does have initiative.
Yeah, great choice here by putting that Zeus to the left. I think
ensures the ability to cast it.
Yeah, well, if you draw it. But still, like, you also provide a blocker, which is very, very key.
Yep, our challenger is now drawing 1 Ventriloquy, 1 Foresight.
Okay.
Slax has that scary Thunderhide come out, and where did he put that Salamines? Right in that mid lane. So he has that option to drop another, but we'll see if he does that. At the moment, if he just kills off Zeus, he'll actually have enough gold for this Revtel to threaten lethal.
Right now, he's already threatening lethal.
Is he? It says, oh, 18.
Yep.
My bad. So he's already threatening lethal here. He doesn't even need that 8 Thunderhide in that mid lane. But he's using coup de grace. He's closing his eyes. He doesn't want to see what gets discarded. Did you happen to see that?
I did not see what got discarded.
It wasn't his Thunderhide.
Yeah, Thunderhide's still in hand.
That's the important thing.
Okay, looks like we have a series of spells flying out.
Ooh. The value from the Ventriloquy kind of just used to kill off that Debbie for... Was that Debbie?
That was Phantom Assassin.
Phantom Assassin.
Yep.
For 1. Too bad there's not 1 more mana for another spell, but that's okay.
Unfortunately for our challenger, if he equipped that Poaching Knife, he would have gotten quite a bit of extra gold. But that's okay.
Oh, that's right. This Poaching Knife.
Yep.
Says every time an enemy hero dies, you get 5 gold.
Yeah, basically you double your gold intake. Instead of getting 5, you'll get 10.
Yep.
Works for creeps as well. Instead of 1, you get 2.
And it doesn't have to be the hero who does that that killing blow for this to proc.
Right.
That hero just needs to die, and then you'll get double.
19 damage being represented by that Reptile Convoy, but Red Mist Pillager could jump in front of that convoy army and take a hit.
You were never going
It's true, and he's going to do just that. It's really sad when you have to use your red mists like this, but in this case, it's necessary if you think you can. You need that one extra turn to survive.
I think honestly the better play might have just to give up on the
give
lane.
up.
Because on the far right, Red Mist Pillager would have been absolutely excellent there to start pressuring Slacks.
That is totally true. The only issue is he has 2 heroes stranded here, and they are pretty healthy, unfortunately. Nothing's really killing them fast, and I think our challenger wants to start devoting more heroes and resources to other lanes rather than this fat Reptile here.
Okay, Bristleback does his other job very well, which is hitting creeps in front of him.
Yep. So, takes down another creep, but that tower is still pretty healthy. You remember,
Yep.
Slacks has that deficit as well, so he started with 30 health, and that was the first 2 damage he had taken on that last tower, even though Bristle has been there.
Yep. Now critically, we are approaching the 7 mana turn, and this deck takes off for our challenger. Double Thunder God in hand, Echo Slam in hand. It's looking
It
quite
is
scary.
not over.
Yeah.
That Reptile, though, is quite scary. I do agree with you. That last turn, maybe saving the red mist for that last lane to finally start doing that damage would be good.
Oh, the tower is going to survive again here. The creep in combination
my
with the arrow. Oh, or not.
No, that Reptile is still doing 20 damage.
But he does now have a creep to use Ventriloquy to block for him.
That is true.
Yep. Red Mist Pillager being drawn as well. Now, Thunder God's Wrath for our challenger will take down 2 heroes currently.
Debbie is at that sweet spot of 5, and with the static field, that Thunder God's Wrath is going to pick her off too.
That is correct.
And it's probably good to do it as soon as possible,
Yes.
just to ensure that. And unfortunately, Slacks does have initiative. If he wants to, he could choose. Oh, this is very smart.
Yep.
So he knows that Thunder God's Wrath is coming. So he wants to use all the effective black mana he has.
Yes. And I do believe the Steam Cannon guarantees the mid tower dying because he could now shoot the Shaker there.
Or even this this creep,
Sure.
and then that way there's no room for Ventriloquy.
Well, he doesn't know that there's Ventriloquy in hand, right? So,
Right. Oh, he's just gonna kill Keith.
okay. That's fine too.
There is a Shield of Basilius in our challenger's hand.
Okay.
Just give some extra armor.
Oh,
He could choose to equip it now to save his Zeus.
interesting. He just lets his Zeus die.
Lets the Zeus die.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. I think he clicked that button too fast, which is definitely a very, how do you say, a very common thing that all artifact player goes through. You just click that button, you heal the wrong guy, you equip the wrong item, you're like, wait,
Or
what?
you realize there's one more thing you could have done.
Yeah,
Forgot
why'd
an
I do that?
improvement. Yeah.
He's gone for Thunder God's Wrath instead of using Ventriloquy, so his tower just straight up dies here.
Oh. You can just hear Slacks cackling off in the distance. Yeah, that Thunder God's Wrath was unfortunately not that much value. It was killing off Rix, but it wasn't doing anything about this Reptile. And on top of that, there was only 1 hero out of all of the deployed heroes for our challenger.
I think for Slacks, he wanted his hero to get killed.
Yes.
Because that means Rix now gets rapidly deployed back into the first lane.
That's right. If anything, that was very helpful for him.
Yes.
Rightfully laughing. But we do see that Red Mist Pillager come out in that last lane, so things are starting to look better for our challenger there.
Yeah, our challenger needs to survive for a couple more turns. If he could get past this turn, he has 2 more heroes coming in the following turn. But we need some very powerful spells being top decked. I'm talking about Eclipse in particular. Should he have a shot to... Well, first he needs to dodge Slack's drawing a coup de grace.
Yes.
Second, he needs to top deck Eclipse. And third, he needs to cast Eclipse.
A lot of things in order. It is turn 8, and he has access to Time of Triumph, but he only has blue heroes in this first lane and the second lane. So, not much value out of that card here. Wow, Slacks is just swimming in the gold right now. So much money. He has poaching knives, blink daggers, cloaks, just a lot of items in here. He's happy to just, that's the power of the Econ ramp deck.
Okay. Thunder Pack gonna come through. Arrow straight to the face.
Oh, is there anything our challenger can do here?
Ventriloquy technically saves it, but the steam cannon waiting to shoot it down as well.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
I don't see a way for a challenger to come. Wait,
What?
hold up, hold
okay,
up.
Here it is. Yes.
Yes,
You see
hold
it
up.
too.
You swap the 14-14 with the 3-3, right?
What? 14-14 with the 3-3.
Correct, with cunning plans.
Okay. Yes. That's right. Cunning plan can swap anything.
Yes, you swap the 14-14 with the 3-3, and that means currently there's no lethal. Now then Sir Action Slack will shoot your 2-4, and then you ventriloquy. That is the only line of play.
Right. I can see it, yeah. There's another one. It was swapping with phase boots as well, if you wanted to. Swapping over to that creep over here in the left side.
Uh-huh.
And then...
but that means you lose Luna.
You lose Luna,
Yeah.
but...
Here you keep Luna alive.
Keep Luna. But yeah, lots of ways to play this game.
Not gonna lie, it's still a terrible situation. You're still taking quite a bit of damage. Yeah. So Slacks doesn't also... So now he's passing priority back, but there's stuff here to do for our player.
He just needs to make sure he doesn't spend all his mana, which there's no way to do that, so only ventriloquy.
You can see that Slacks is just trying to play as many items as possible to bait it out. But there's also quite a bit of items left in the hand of our challenger.
Yep, so he can choose to start equipping like a Stonehall Pike, a shield.
Yeah, this Luna needs to get a 6-slot, guys.
Yes.
Or rather, in this game, 3-slotted. We need a very big Luna to carry this game.
Yep, and as soon as Slacks, you know, passes, that's when their challenger can just proceed to the combat phase. So Slacks is also trying to draw it out.
Yes.
This is that kind of dance we're talking about, where Slacks is maybe playing around the idea that he has ventriloquy. Goes ahead and blasts that one.
There is a steam cannon, and there is gonna be a hero creep tanking a ton of damage.
Yep. So this is when you'll still want to use ventriloquy, probably onto that creep there. Instead of Luna, who's going to die. So PA is going to be hitting this creep instead. This
technically
creep,
alive.
Technically alive.
The best kind of alive.
Yes.
Okay.
And you have 2 heroes coming in the next phase, but Slacks has 3. It's still looking really rough for our challenger here.
Conflagration could get to be cast on the left side to start softening up that big army.
All right, so if you're the challenger right now, you want to think about the first lane, right?
Yes.
So gaining initiative is going to be huge.
Well, he just gave up.
He just gave it up.
Yep.
So one option there was thinking about if there's any win conditions like Time of Triumph that could potentially just
get a draw.
Get a draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Conflagration would have helped a lot on the left side because it would have shot down a couple of creeps, which might have blocked a couple of heroes.
That's true. If you were to give up initiative at all, putting that Conflagration here in the first lane.
I think the challenger could still technically force a draw, so let's not give up hope on that.
Let's not give up.
Yeah.
Slacks might draw some really scary cards next turn, though. He has Coup, 2 more Coups into this deck, I believe, and he also has that Thunderhide in hand.
Yeah, Coup is the best top deck for Slacks. Like, Slacks has no problem winning this game. He has more than enough siege damage. He has everything he needs. The question is, that Time of Triumph is unnecessary.
Yeah. Our challenger's shaking his head. He's, it is looking grim.
Now, for a challenger to win, he needs to clear up enough space so that all of his heroes is hitting phase, which I'm not even sure if that would be enough damage.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Let's see. Let's also see what the creep placements are. That's going to be key, too.
If our challenger could spawn 2 creeps on the left side, that would be big. All right, one. Better than nothing.
Slacks is probably going to dump all his heroes into the left lane. Unless, you know, he's eyeing that Echo Slam. That's also something very scary.
Sure.
So Slacks might be considering or counting.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
3 heroes.
Interesting.
You know, this is
the next level.
I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win this. Now there is 6 siege damage spilling in, and he could make it 12 siege damage by casting another Thunderhide. No coup de grace for Slacks.
We're just at this point looking for that draw, though. At this point, no matter what happens.
Oh, the Hand of God says, "Come at me." How will you go through my heroes?
There's no way.
There is no
way. Red
way.
and blue deck, you have nothing to deal with. Damage immunity, and that 6 damage is coming in regardless, which is, as we said, the only way our challenger could do anything was maybe to force a draw, but with three heroes here, and even if he had that Time of Triumph, that only still would have been 12 damage.
Correct.
So, would have been really tough. Had our hero also saved, our challenger saved initiative, maybe an option with Echo Slam to kill off one of these creeps.
I don't think he had initiative to begin with, because there were no heroes. I think when he cast Conflagration, he already didn't have initiative.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, actually. Yeah.
But that's the win for Sir Action Slacks.
Yeah, Slacks.
He has that big... Oh, still using that steam cannon.
Why you gotta hurt Debbie like that,
Debbie.
Slacks?
You're her boyfriend. What happened here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Some feuds going on.
We're gonna have to start a Debbie hotline.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna do it. Slacks takes another victory. Was a very close one, and we did see that very cool survival turn as there was a lot of finagling around. Did try to, top deck maybe an Eclipse or anything like that, but that Hand of God was,
None of the Eclipses came out at all. Not a single one.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a single one.